Well, hi everyone. Welcome to my TikTok. So, I am up at the Art Guild and I thought I would bring you along with me today. So, this is the Milton Art Guild and I needed to bring this hat up, but I need to go around the edge here I need to mend it, add some more stitches to the edges here. Now this is a Boro Sashiko inspired hat, and it's made with all scrap fabrics. And I piece my hats together with all jean fabrics, and I'm going to show you my table in a little bit. But first, I'm looking for the spot here that I wanted to kind of give a few more stitches to. Now with Boro Sashiko, because Sashiko is visible stitching. The visible stitching basically is what makes up the Boro piece. And you'll hear some people's different schools of thought. Some may say, no, it's the they define it differently. They define Boro differently, but all of my research has brought me to conclude that the visible stitching of the patches is what creates what they call Boro. And yes, Boro means tattered scrap, tattered fabrics. They're worn, and it goes back to 1400s in Japan, when the very poor fishermen and fishermen and farmers couldn't afford to buy the clothing, and at that time a lot of it was silk, and it wasn't as affordable and it was not practical. So they started to use cotton fabrics to reinforce their already garments that they had, and to create blankets for warmth, and really as a way of survival. And then they passed down their beautiful visible stitching, which was simply let's see, a lot of this is machine stitch that I use, but this is you see kind of just hand stitching here is just running stitches. Okay, so largely at that time it was running stitches that was used. Running stitch is the first stitch. It's the first basic stitch, right, of sewing. And from there, you see in Japan the Sashiko stitching developing from, like, I think it really started closer to the 1900s, but 1800s maybe, but they started to get more intricate. And when they moved out of the need of really sewing out of sheer necessity, then they moved more into beautiful Sashiko stitching you can find today. Now I adopt the whoops the stitch this wants to kind of connect. I'm going to have to cut this. I'm kind of working on this on the fly. Now the thing is, hello everyone, the thing is that when you work with Boro, guess what? You create your own rules. Okay, you do the way you sew, the way you want it to be. There is no book. Now, unless you want to learn the heater just went off, and I'm yelling like really loud. So I hope you can hear me. But so there are no rules. Basically, you create the way you want this to be. Actually, I want to pull this stitch in. So when you do that, when you do any of your Boro, you can do running stitch, you can do blanket stitch, you can do the French knot, you can do whatever it is that you want to do for stitching. So with this, I'm just trying to get some extra stitches in it, just to reinforce the top part here. And I tied the knot. Basically, I wanted to get that knot on the inside. So I'm going to, and you can't even see it here the way I did it. So I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to show you in a few minutes my table. So you can see the hat, the other hat that I just put on the table to sell. And it was a hat that a lady wanted. She's been asking for it. So I put it out there today. Now, I did sell a coin bag this month. So I'll show you the coin bags too. And okay, now I got this pretty much. I'm still trying to get this thread. I'm trying to pull my thread out here because I want to actually redo it. So anyway, with Boro, you do your visible stitching, and you do it the way you want. There is no rules. Now, if you do Japanese patchwork and you're going to kind of stagger the patches and make a quilt, there's a general construct to that. However, when you do your stitching, when you do your visible stitching, that is totally something that is it's in your ballpark. You can decide what type of stitches you want to do, and you can get really fancy. You can draw pictures onto your fabrics, of hearts, birds. You can add appliques. That's what I do. I mix a lot of my work. And you'll see that. Okay, now I'm at the end of this stitch here. Okay, see, I just simply pulled it out. Because what I want to do here is I just want to go and do a running stitch. So I was doing a whip stitch, and I kind of didn't like the way it was coming out. So, I mean, this is the thing. Usually I just kind of, look, I'll show you in a minute what the whip stitches right here. These are the type of whip stitches, if you see it maybe this way. You see the whip stitches that just kind of whipping around there. But I think over here, what I'd like to do is a running stitch. Now, kind of what threw me off base here is this piece right here. So when you go through using your scrap denims, okay, you want to keep in mind that you've got seams that are quilted. These are quilted, and these are sewn industrial sewing. So your needle may not be going through that. But then you have other fabrics like this, that are just simply, a nice thinner. I mean, it's a little thicker than your regular fabric like that, but you have it's totally easier to sew. So when I'm creating my hats, you see here that's a seam. I just add seams onto it. Now this hat truly is nearly done. That's why I brought it up to the guild today. I really do want to finish this. Now, the way I'm going to do this now is I realize I only want to do a few whip stitching. And now the beautiful thing about Boro, guess what? Hi everyone, welcome. You do not need, when you do the type of Boro that I'm doing, free form, you do not need to worry that it is perfect. All you need to do is focus on your energy, expressing your creative self and enjoying it. Because guess what? That's what makes Boro so beautiful. It's the humbleness of creating with your hand sewing, okay? With the way you are putting it together, and not by expectations of what maybe it's supposed to look like, okay, for lack of a better way to describe it. Okay, so now the other thing that I love in my hats and in my coin bags is fraying. I love, love, love fraying. And the reason I love it is natural. But you know what? It's going to stop. It's going to stop itself with your stitches. Now this hat is hand sewn and machine sewn. This is a lovely hat. And this will probably go. Now I do sell hats here. Now I haven't so much because I haven't been making them. You got to make them if you're going to sell them. So, but I've also been making the blankets, for, you know, the to donate, you know, for the hazards that happened in North Carolina and Florida. And now we're working on a yo-yo quilt over on YouTube. And I'll bring it over here and show it here too. But that's on scrap fabrics too. So the whole thing, what I'm trying to do is work with scrap fabrics. And because Boro, Sashiko inspired art allows me, it gives me a venue to take all of my scrap fabrics and create. So that now, okay, so now here with this hat, right, this is what I'm going to do. I want to do some running stitches. Now, this hat, if you notice, it's already quilted, okay? This is already quilted. And the way I did that is all I did, and we'll have to do a hat on here. We would look at my hair. I'm so sorry. It's wavy. You know, I do put chemical hair stuff in my hair to straighten it, and then but doesn't look good either like that. So then I put this on and try to keep it back, and look, it just flips. So I don't know what to do with it, but anyway, we'll guess what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wear a hat is what I'm gonna do. So now I'm just simply doing a running stitch, and the beauty of the running stitch is it's super duper simple. It is not one stitch at a time like I'm doing one, it's like 3 or 4 stitches. Like when you do a regular piece of cotton fabric, you can go through. I'm going through one at a time because this is kind of thick. This is a couple of pieces of denim put together. So we're going to go over, because I'm kind of just really wanted to share this with you on this hat. Because look, I didn't make this hat for Halloween. It's just coming out that way. But the quilted pieces are, yes, because I'm doing like this. Okay, here's a piece of denim. Here's a piece of cotton. And all I'm doing is taking the piece of denim and I'm lining it. I'm lining it with cotton before I construct or build the hat. Now, if any of you are interested, I'm happy to show you how I build hats. Is every hat different? Absolutely. It has to be. There's just no way. And I'm not going to do cookie cutter and waste a bunch of fabrics. I'm just going to take the fabrics that I have and I'm going to piece them together. And it makes the most beautiful. I mean, you can't even... Like, even if you tried to plan this and go to, like, the fabric shop, there is no way you would come up with these beautiful, humble Boro Sashiko unique patched hats. Hats or coin bags. Okay, so I kind of got that where I wanted it. I really wanted to catch that section, and I'm just double checking, and I want to get over here too. So, let's see, I'm over here. I might as well just go straight around because I usually do that. I usually go around a couple of times, and but I am going to stop for a moment on this, and I'll bring you over to the table. Now, I'm watching my time because I don't want you to not see that table and time runs out. So we'll go over there now. And I usually have my coffee made by now. Now I'm gonna pan the camera. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the camera up so you can see the guild. Okay, I got my purse. I'm gonna leave the hat. Okay, so look, I'm gonna pan it. Look how big this place is. And I'll pan. Okay, so look, I'm gonna pan it. Look how big this place is. And I'll pan it again when we get up there. Okay, look. Now, when you look at this place, I'm dead serious. You think it's a tiny little store. And I'll pan it again when we get up there. Okay, look. Now, when you look at this place, I'm dead serious. You think it's a tiny little store. And it is not. You come inside and it is a warehouse. Now I'm going to show you a tiny little store. And it is not. You come inside and it is a warehouse. Now I'm going to show you my tiny little store. And it is not. You come inside and it is a warehouse. Now I'm going to show you my table. Okay. Now I'm holding the camera like this, so I'm going to have to. Okay, I've seen my table. So this, these are my bears. Okay, I've seen my table. So this, these are my bears. Okay, I've seen my table. So this, these are my bears. Those are my bears. I'm trying to. And there's artwork all around my work. See here, those are my bears. I'm trying to. And there's artwork all around my work. See here, these are bags. You've seen these on my hand. I like the shiny. Those are my bears. I'm trying to. And there's artwork all around my work. See here, these are bags. You've seen these on my hand. I like the shiny. Those are my bears. I'm trying to. And there's artwork all around my work. See here, these are bags. You've seen these on my hand. I like the shiny. And it's painted. This painted with acrylic, and so you can do things like that. This one, look, it's a little keychain. I was kind of messing around with that, and these have the little snaps. A lot of you have seen these. So anyway, I sold another one, so that's really good. These are not going. These are little coasters, and these are not going. These are not going. These are little coasters, and these are not going at all. I happen to really super duper like these. Okay, so now let's see if I can show you my hats. Okay, right here. Trying to make sure. There we go. So this hat, this is one of my hats, and that's all jean material. And oh, they stuffed it. Okay. But yeah, you can see the lining on that one. Let me get another one to show you the lining. This is the one I just dropped off today, right here. Okay, now someone loves this. This hat, look, I want to show you something. See the lining? I just dropped that in and sewed around the edges. This hat, someone loves this hat. And she, this is a size small, and it's totally obscure. It's totally patched together. If you look at this hat, this is all patches. You see, this is not panels like the other one we were looking at, like this one. This is all patches, just patched together, and this is done even more of a different way. Okay, this one right here. So, and then this one is all patches. Okay, so that is, and here's my book. There's my books. That's my table. So this is my table. So, but you know, this is, you come up here. So once a month, and volunteer time. And the way you volunteer as an artist is you're sitting and working. Here, we'll look at some other stuff around here, but we'll go up front. So we're sitting and working on our artwork and just being available as an artist to talk to people. And when you do that, instead of them taking a 70%, instead of them taking 40, they take 30. So you get 70, right? So, okay, now look, we're at the front here. You see the leaves, it's lovely. But yeah, it looks super. And I'm going to pan this. I'm going to pan it again. And so you can see now, because we're in Vermont, you see we have maple syrup. And then we have honey. These are the big sellers. These are big in the gift shop here. And so then you have a variety. Look, you have a variety of items. So, and then this is a Halloween little table. And yeah, I mean, I encourage artists. It may be difficult at the beginning, but get out there. I'm going to go make a coffee because I'm going to lose my voice here. But get out there in the community, because, you know, maybe even if you connect with one or two people, or you're just getting out, and like me, I come up here and I just love to be able to say hello to people and connect with them. So, oh good, the coffee thing is on. And now, okay, so look, I bring my own coffee, and I bring it, and this is what I bring. Look, you see this? This is the newest. This is New England, and it is completely recyclable. So that's super important, because guess what? This is something that I'm trying to do right in my life with the artwork and sharing with you, is create with recycled fabrics to give the earth a little hug. So here's the coffee. Isn't that nice that we have this is the little kitchen. And so, you know, they also do, okay, at the Art Guild. So there's opportunity here to teach. I have taught here the needle felting. So, and I got to come back around and kind of share that with you also. But there, from organics to working with scraps, the projects are endless. They're endless. I mean, I'm showing you things that I have worked on that I know how to do for years and I love to do, right? You find your little passion. But I mean, I love crocheting. I love the Boro Sashiko, and I love to share it. And I love to encourage artists out there, because this is what I think. I really do believe, hello there, I really do believe the future in art, and like I think at all levels of production, I really do, is we're going to be looking at recycling heavy duty. I mean, heavy duty. The waste that goes into the landfills is incredible. It's like, I know this is an astounding number, but it is true. I just did some research on this for the book, but it's like 600 billion pounds over Apex landfill out in Nevada, out that way. It's called Apex. Some of you may know it. I don't know, but it's incredible. It's crazy. So anyway, that's why I look at these scraps, and then when I look at the yo-yo quilts, they are gorgeous. Just as much as I love doing my Boro Sashiko, I totally love doing my yo-yo quilts. I will come on here and share with you the yo-yo quilt we're working on right now. Now, if you do buzz over to my YouTube channel, Echo Art with Carmella-T, you will see yesterday I started a yo-yo quilt, all scrap fabrics. Actually, guess what? All of those fabrics I just started that with are vintage. One of them was stamped 1997. I mean, we're in 2024, right? It's 27 years old, and it's gorgeous. I think it's silk screened even. It's gorgeous. And so anyway, now I started that yesterday. Now that particular project is, I'm calling it garden, well, I think I'm calling it floral bloom. There is a very well-known type of design out there of yo-yos, yo-yo quilting, and it's called, there's the heat again. Thank God, though, because we do need heat. But it's called garden blooms. That's what it's called, garden blooms. And so mine is a rendition of that. It's a smaller quilt, so it's going to be about 30 by 30. No backing. We're not going to put it on backing, not going to put it on any blankets or anything like that. And they're all different sizes, which kind of stays with the theme of the garden bloom. So that's what we're working on over there now. And so I sewed up some pieces yesterday from teeny tiny 1 inch diameter, or it was like 1.5 inches. It was super tiny like this, to about 7-inch diameter yo-yos. And they were all all scraps. You don't need a backing. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that. So you come along with me over there on that. And so there's another artist that just came in. Hi, how you doing? How are you? I'm on TikTok. Huh? It's okay. You can if you don't mind talking.
Well, I'm waiting for my husband.
Oh.
My doctor's appointment.
Oh, okay.
I love your outfit.
Oh, thank you. She loves my outfit.
The way you put it all together.
Well, this is kind of orange, right? And then my son made these. You saw these before. My little pumpkin ear. I got them on right today.
Nice. Oh, what is that band in your?
It's just a band, but it's a little big. You take my hair is a mess. Yes, it does.
I just got hearing aids, and you gotta be careful what
it slides off. Oh. Yes.
I gotta run.
Okay. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, you too. You're so fun and jovial.
Thank you. Well, I try to be. That's because I'm around you. See, she said I'm jovial, and it's because when I'm around people, it brings the joy in me. It really does. I love to be around people. So if you have in your neighborhood or your town, because look, I have to drive about 20 minutes to come up here, but guess what? It's totally worth it. So, and it's not that far. Now, in the winter in Vermont, if we have a Vermont winter, yes, it can be far. And, you can just pick the day that you're going to travel. But when you get out there as an artist and you share your work, you know, you may have an opportunity to teach. Share it, because keeping the little tips and the little, you acquire tips over all your lifetime of creating art. So why not share that with the it doesn't matter if they're younger or older, whatever age, but an artist who might be struggling in some area, whether it's creative crochet or maybe it's this, you know, it's working on their Boro, their hand stitching, and they're feeling really bad because they're like, wait a minute, I don't think it's supposed to be this hard. I don't think it's supposed to look this way. Well, maybe they're going through thick fabrics and you want to give them tips. Hey, look, use a cotton fabric, use a denim, but don't use thick denims, or it's going to be difficult to go through. So anyway, but you can share these tips. And on my book coming out, I am so close, I got to tell you. I am more of a creative writer. I can sit down and write creatively in a heartbeat. But writing, I'm on the very last section of the book for you. I've added a little bit of history for the Boro. And not just Boro, it's cultural arts. I'm kind of